Once you have practiced your joint cutting by hand, you're ready to cut the actual joint for your tray, but you want to make sure you cut the correct pieces the correct way. And so if you look at the example here, the shorter side piece is the part where you cut the corners out and you keep the middle piece, and the longer piece is where you cut out the middle piece and you keep fingers on the side. So when you mark that with the marking gauge, what you're going to want to do to make sure you don't mess this up is put an X on the part that gets cut out, so you can keep track of which parts get cut out and which parts stay. And the same on the shorter piece. I'm going to put a little X on these corner fingers. I'm going to put it everywhere so I don't forget. And the X means that it's going away and I'm keeping the middle part. And then the process is the same as you've done before. You need a mallet, you need a chisel, you need a saw, and take your time and do a good job at this, because if you don't do great on this part, then the joinery on your tray won't turn out great. So that's how you do the final one. Notice that on this one you can actually use this dado as a guide for where your saw starts. Now, one trick here that you can use, if this right here isn't exactly 90 degrees, or if you have a little bit left over, what you can do is take a chisel and make sure you put both hands on the chisel so you don't cut yourself. You can just pare this off a little bit to make that a perfectly flat and square corner. You don't want to do too much, but you can even do from this side as well. Make sure both hands are on the chisel so you don't cut yourself. Then we do the other side. Take a look at this a little closer. It looks pretty square. I turn my board around. Same thing, if I have a little bit extra, I'm going to put the bevel up so I can use that as a reference. Flip it over, go from the other side. same here. If I have some extra in here that I need to clean up, I can do the same thing. I'm going to make sure that I have the chisel in both hands when I do this. Just going to lay flat here. I'll put my stop on the other side. Ran out of space here. And then that can get cleaned up to make those corners nice and sharp. Make sure the dado's on the inside. And there it is.